Tonight's game, live from the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee. The Jacksonville Bulls play the Memphis Showboats on our various injuries in 2 of the last 3 games. And on the other side of the field from him, back home, Pepper Rogers, dressed for the weather. His team has lost its last 3 in a row. To kick off will be Brian Franco out of Penn State, number 3. And the deep man will be Derek Crawford, number 9, averaging better than 26 yards per return. We'll repeat again, the first time either of these teams, and this is their 6th game of the year, has faced another expansion team. This is Alan Reed, the up man, backing inside the 10. Reed across the 20, and Reed gets out to the 23-yard line, where Memphis will put it in play. Walter Lewis, number 10, will be the quarterback. Alan Reed, who returned the ball 34, suffering from a severe cold, by the way, will be one running back. Cornelius Quarles, 40, the other. Your wide receivers, Derek Crawford, number 9, and Cormac Carney, number 83. Your tight end, the former Giant Gary Shirk, number 87. Greg Roberts, he's new to the team. Paul McKinley, or rather Phil McKinley, the tackles. Ken Smith, Mike Horton, the guards, and Art Kuhn at center. And Lewis back to throw on first down, and that is Kenny Reed out of the backfield, and pursued across there and knocked down by Vaughn Johnson, number 33. And here are your defensive men for the Jacksonville Bulls. Val Brown, 70, Chris Wampler, 77, Joe Costello, 99, the down lineman. Your linebackers, Tom Dinkle, 52, Vaughn Johnson, 33, who just made the tackle, Andy Hendel, 58, and Fernando Jackson, 53. Your corners, John Lott, 35, Chester G, 26, and your safeties, Matt Courtney, 28, and Don Besselou, a hero a week ago, number 46. 2nd down and 6 from the 27. In motion is Crawford. Quick handoff, and that is Reed, and Reed picks up the first down out near the 38-yard line. Tackle made out there by Fernando Jackson, number 53, an outside linebacker.
And an excellent block by Ken Smith, the offensive left guard. Art Kuhn had handled the nose tackle, Wampler, and as Ken Smith came around in a trap type of an action, opened a big hole for Reed.
Derek Crawford comes out. Kim Dameron replaces him on first down. Ball at the 37.5-yard line. That is Dameron in motion, 2nd man through. Reed gets a lot of running room and across the 40-yard line before Vaughn Johnson puts him down. 2nd tackle of the night for the great star out of North Carolina State.
Good job by Johnson stepping up to fill in the inside linebackers. Exactly the same play they had ran the previous time, but they did not cut off Johnson, and he stepped in to make a nice tackle on Reed. 2nd down and 7. Good crowd tonight. They thought it might be bigger than this, but the cold weather obviously has held some people away. 2nd down, Walter Lewis back for yet another pass.
Lewis
and it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Harry Shirk was the man, and Wampler was the man that helped break it up.
Walter Lewis dropping back, throwing on first down. The first couple of series here that they have picked up first down. Shirk coming across the middle, setting inside, but a good job by Chris Wampler getting his hands in the air to deflect it.
And Shirk still nearly made the reception, Don. Here it is, 3rd down and 7. Walter Lewis, straight drop, throws, and off the hand of the intended receiver, Shirk again.
For Gary Shirk, incomplete. 4th down for the Showboats.
Well, they had good pressure coming that time. Walter Lewis did not have as much time to throw the ball because they had the blitz coming from his left side, right where he was throwing to Fernando Jackson as Shirk was crossing the field.
Partridge back to punt.
Rick Partridge averaging better than 41.5 yards per kick Only kicked twice last week against Denver and averaged 47 yards. Hanged this one up. That is Clark, and Clark is knocked down right at the 21-yard line. Clark is put down, knocked down by Vic Miner, our reserve defensive back. 12:59 to go. We're in the first quarter. There's no score. And out now comes the Jacksonville Bulls. Robbie Mafu's number 15. We spoke of him, the quarterback. Larry Mason, 32. Willie McClendon, 21, the running backs. Gary Clark, who returned the punt, 80. Aubrey Matthews, 83, the wide receivers. Paul Bergman, the tight end. Bob Grouper, Nat Hudson, the tackles. Kenny Howell, George Collins, the guards. Dave Odie at center. Willie McClendon has been having a great couple of weeks. Bangs out 6 or 7 yards across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Terry Love, the strong safety, came up to make the tackle, along with number 56, Rod Choate, an outside linebacker. Give him 8 yards on the play, 2nd and 2 from the 29.
And Lindy and Ponte feels that that's the strongest side of his offensive line. That left side with Kenny Howell at guard and Bob Gruber at tackle opened a big hole.
No score early in the first quarter. First possession for Jacksonville. And that is McClendon. Lost the football. And it belongs to Memphis. The teams are out, and now they say, no, it's the other way. The teams were on the field, and now they said, no, they made a mistake. Don Wilson's crew collects itself and corrects itself. And don't tell me that's Vaughn Johnson getting up with the ball, or is that number 90?
Jimmy Walker, the nose tackle, number 93, slips to the side there, gets a hand in, causes them to lose the football, pop it in the air, and that's the strength of this Memphis ball club, has been their defense. From the side, closing in, you see the penetration. He never really put it away.
Well, it's 3rd down and 1. Mafu's on 3rd and short, has the time and has the man across the way. And that is Perry Kemp. And Kemp's got the first down at the 36-yard line.
Vic Miner made the stop for the Showboats.
Good job by Mafu's coming back. You'll see him look to the left side. He was originally wanting to throw over that way. Now he'll come back to the right. Off balance, getting pressure, spots Kemp, and pops it in there for the first down. Reggie White getting pressure. Nothing fancy about it, just power. The power rush on Nat Hudson, the offensive tackle.
4.5 minutes have gone by, no score. First down and 10 at the 36. Mafu's throwing on first down. Puts it out here, has his man Mason out of the backfield. And Larry Mason's got another first down out near midfield before he's knocked down by Carlin Peoples, number 19 out of the University of Tennessee. Marked the ball right at midfield. Nose of the ball almost on the 50.
Another change in their formation set where they had a double wing look, but it was really Larry Mason, a running back out there, and he was wide open, found the hole in the zone.
Gary Clark goes wide to the left. Aubrey Matthews, who went to school at nearby Delta State, comes to the right. And that is McClendon. McClendon, a nice move to the outside and gets out to the 45-yard line of Memphis. Run out of bounds by Vic Miner, number 23. Along with Jimmy Walker, the nose tackle who peeled over there. Flag on the play. That is our first of the night, and Jacksonville is walking backwards.
A little different play. It was fairly successful. We're going to get the call here in a moment, but
it's against Memphis apparently, Don.
It appears to be against the Memphis ball club, but a little misdirection play at that stage as McClendon took a counter step to the right. The guards and the offensive line were pulling to the left, held the linebackers in, got a chance to turn the corner, and then they tacked, it looks like another 15 yards on top of it for the penalty.
This is Don Wilson, our referee, working tonight.
We have a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 74 on the defense. It's first down.
Foul is on Calvin Clark, number 74.
Calvin Clark, as the tackle is being made over there by Vic Miner, and Clark coming in just a little bit late, wrapping him up.
That puts the ball on the 31-yard line, first down. Mason comes as a slot back to the right. Hartman in motion. Mahfouz fields it out to McLendon on the weak side. And McLendon makes a good run down to about the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards. It is second down and 5 as Jacksonville continues to drive. Remember, Matt Robinson is out, has been since the Tampa Bay game in the first half. Mahfouz came on to play New Orleans, got hurt, separated shoulder. Ken Hobart finished up that game, started the Express game, didn't move the ball club. Mahfouz came back, won the game, and here he is starting his second pro start tonight.
And a good job unloading that football as Rod Schote, the linebacker, was right in his face in the blitz.
Clark wide left, Matthews slotted left. And now Mason comes right. Mahfouz to McLendon. McLendon gets inside the 25, shy of the first down. It'll be third down and short yardage to go. Look there as though Billy Rowe came up and tripped up McLendon, and they'll mark the ball at the 23. He's got to get it to about the 21 for the first down.
And George Collins, the right guard who was pulling out in front of that, an excellent block on the corner. Carlton Peoples, who came up to make the force in order to kick it out just enough for McLendon to turn up into the crack.
Speaking of hurt quarterbacks, Doug Williams was severely injured in a game we did last week out in Arizona. Came back today in an overtime beat Houston 31-28 Oklahoma, the winner, and Williams had a great day. Third and short. Not going to McLendon, throwing the ball and getting it out of the backfield. And there goes McLendon, the man that they faked to. He comes out of the backfield, makes the catch, and goes to the 4-yard line before Terry Love tracks him down. It's first and goal to go Jacksonville.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It was a magnificent job. Watch Mahfouz coming back. Pressure coming from number 51, Bill Rowe. Mahfouz moving out of there, very alertly dumps the ball off to McLendon. McLendon had slipped through, was wide open. Nobody covered him because the linebackers were on the blitz.
This is what Memphis did not want to happen, to get off to a slow start again this week. They were down 14-0 before they made a game of it a week ago with Denver. And there's McLendon. McLendon gets off one block and down near the 2-yard line, and that is all. It is second and goal to go. They moved a third back in there, Marvin Lewis, number 24, to team with Larry Mason, 32, and McLendon, 21. And now some wholesale defensive changes made by Pepper Rogers, head coach of Memphis.
Well, Lindy and Fondy had said that McLendon was playing extremely well for him, originally a third choice of the Chicago Bears. He's led that bull ground attack the past 3 weeks, as well as being effective catching the football.
Willie McLendon must think this is fun. He backed up Walter Payton for all those years at Chicago, and now here is gaining yards by the ton. Mason into the end zone. Yes, touchdown.
Mason carried.
Larry Mason caps off the drive that started at the 21 and helped along by an unnecessary roughness penalty and a fumble that they got back.
Lead play out of the I formation, just coming over the left guard. Power lead there with McLendon out in front of it, and then Mason going high in the air, vaults over the top. Again, good forward surge by the offensive line to give him just enough daylight to get it in.
Ryan Franco, 1 for 2 only on extra points, boots this one wide, and he can say, I'm now 1 for 3. And it is 6-0, not 7-0. Jacksonville has scored first. 6:47 to go. Mason carried it in from the 2 for the first score of the night. At Denver, who between the 4 of them have won 17 and lost only 3. And that's tough for an expansion team. Jacksonville has been losing to winners also. New Jersey and Tampa Bay only by a couple of points in each of those before they got buried by New Orleans. 12-3, their overall record. Franco, who missed the extra point, will kick off to Crawford, the deep man. Last time Franco did not get it that far, and Reed, the man on the left side, made the return. 6-0, 6:47 to go, first quarter. You're live from the Liberty Bowl on a chilly, chilly night along the banks of the Mississippi. Across the way, Cormac Carney takes this at the 7. Carney up the middle and out near the 30-yard line. Good job by the rookie out of UCLA. And here comes Walter Lewis and company back on the field. 78 yards, 10 plays. Mason from 1 yard out.
It's kind of interesting, too, Jim, that
with the ball.
While the Bulls are essentially a passing team, that was their 10th rushing touchdown for the season, and they have thrown for 7. So it's a little bit contrary to what you might think.
And I keep, Don, waiting for Walter Lewis to run more than he has tonight. That was the indication we got he was going to do, but he's been throwing. Crawford and Lewis hands the ball off. And that is Alan Reed again. Cornelius Quarles has not yet touched the football.
4 yards on the play.
You know, one of the things that coaches will do in this case, where Walter Lewis came out pretty much throwing the football, a little bit unexpected, but as the game progresses, they normally settle into their regular pattern and go back to that running game or passing if that's their strength.
2nd down and 6 at the 34. Lewis again. This time Quarles, who said he didn't have his hands on the football, he's got it this time and has the first down. Vaughn Johnson and Andy Handel, teammates at North Carolina State, numbers 33 and 58. The inside linebackers ran him down, but not until Quarles picks up the first down and mark it at the 42.
There was some question whether Quarles would play tonight. It was kind of a wait-and-see type of thing. He's been bothered with a hip pointer, but he certainly didn't look like it there. He got some good blocking out in front of it. The guard was pulling, picked off Chester Gee, the corner, gave him that little alley to turn it up, and he put a little bit of smoke on it.
Well, Kim Dameron has gone in, Don, but they brought out a back. So they've got 3 wide receivers in there. On first down, Lewis with 3 wide receivers gets the ball out across the way to Gary Shirk, and Shirk picks up 7 yards out to the 49-yard line before Tom Dinkle, the left side linebacker, ran him out of bounds.
Gary Shirk, the tight end, number 87, just releasing, goes into the linebacker, Tom Dinkle, and then bounces off him. The old pro, he gives it a little bit of a shove, and a good adjustment by Walter Lewis to find him back there. And that's one thing Pepper Rogers said, that Walter Lewis wasn't finding the right people at times. He found Shirk then.
2nd down and 4, 6-0. Jacksonville. Memphis has the football. Crawford in motion. Reed up in the backfield. Down goes Reed. There's Tom Dinkle again. Number 52. Smart man, played 6 years with the Bengals. Many of those years on special teams, but just last year he started most of the games as an outside linebacker for Cincinnati.
And the thing Tom Dinkle did that was so successful right there, which most good linebackers will do, he recognized the play coming his way. He got across that line of scrimmage, got penetration, got the play before it was started.
3rd down and 7. Move the ball back inside the 45-yard line. Again, 3 wide receivers in there for the Showboats. Lewis, now he's going to run and going to get the first down easily. Walter Lewis slides down inside the 40-yard line. First down.
But Jim, you know, Pepper Rogers talked about Walter Lewis and his intelligence and how smart he is. Watch him drop back here. That'll open up right down the middle behind number 50, Art Kuhn. Good move by Walter Lewis to take it up the center. And to show you his intelligence, we talked about quarterbacks. He knew when to get to the ground after he got all the yardage he could get.
That's something he's learned since coming to the pros.
Absolutely.
From the 39-yard line. Lewis, play action pass, throws it out here. Oh, it's right in and out of the hands of little Alan Reed coming out of the backfield. Alan Reed is the man they call a postage stamp back. In that, Marcus Dupree, you know about him. Mike Rozier, you know about him, and all the money they got. Herschel Walker. Well, Pepper Rogers said, I mailed a letter to Alan Reed, cost me 20 cents, and I got a starting running back.
And he said, what a surprise he's been. And they had set that play up by running that trap, pulling the guard, where Reed goes at the linebacker. That time he slipped by him, was wide open.
Late in the first quarter, 6-0. Jacksonville, 2:41 to go. 2nd down and 10, and there goes Reed again, and Reed picks up yardage down to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short. Don Bessalou came up to make the stop. He of 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter last week against Los Angeles to win that ball game. There is Alan Reed. He has carried the ball more than anybody else. He went to Minnesota. He also went to TCU. He also played football in junior college. So he had quite a checkered career as an undergraduate, and then was picked up for the price of a postage stamp.
And you see those statistics at 5'8", 185. That means that he is really low built. You can see his balance in that last run.
Third down, a yard to go from a 30-yard line. Straight ahead goes Quarles, and second effort may have done it for him. Let's see where they mark the ball. He's either going to just have it or just miss it. Crawford is coming back in, and the wide receivers come in and out bringing the plays. And when there are three wide receivers in there, the third wide receiver many times lines up as another back. It looks like he got split backs, but they really have three wide receivers. Pepper Rogers is making sure they call for a measurement.
Yeah, I feel he's got enough, but Jim, here they are down 6-0. They're at the 29-yard line. In the event, before we get this measurement, would you go for it on fourth down, or would you go for the field goal?
I think Pepper would go for it.
I do too. And I definitely would.
He doesn't have to make that decision. He's got it. Jacksonville up by 6. Franco missed the extra point. Memphis trying to get on the board themselves. Liberty Bowl, live Saturday Night Football on ESPN. First down. Walter Lewis still has the ball. Fires it. And out of bounds. Intended for number 83, Cormac Carney. And back there was Chester G to make the good play.
And it was a good play by Chester G back there. A little play action fake as we see Lewis setting up to throw. Waited just a little bit too long for Carney to get to the wide side. You see G coming in, getting a hand up. The ball's thrown slightly high. And G, a guy who had lost his job when he had been a starter initially, got a chance to get back in there due to injury. Responded with an interception a week ago. Had a couple, had one against LA and has played very well.
Second down and 10 from inside the 29. Lewis on the handoff. Quarles finds an opening and gets inside the 25. Down to about the 23 where it'll be third down and 4 to go. Andy Hendel came up to make the stop.
Well, Quarles on the draw play at 220 pounds, just 6 feet tall. He's got a good leverage motion in there, as evidenced in this drive where he picked up that crucial short yardage situation just on second effort. And here he shows why he's tough to bring down.
Third down and about 3, not 5, about 3. Crawford, the man in motion. Lewis hands to Reed. Reed looking for running room. And we're going to have a decision again to go for the 3, which I would assume they might do with Alan Duncan, or to go for the first down. The ball is at the 20. They've got to get it inside the 19, almost to the 18 for the first down. Nothing from the sidelines, but here comes Alan Duncan. They'll go for the 3. Remember, it is only 6-0. A missed extra point. I don't think that would have had anything to do with Pepper's decision anyway. What a difference in these two teams. Memphis had their ball game won against Denver last week, only to lose. Jacksonville had their game lost to Los Angeles last week, only to win. This will be 37-yard field goal attempt by Alan Duncan. And it is good. From 37 yards out, the booers turn into cheerers as Memphis is on the board. 4 seconds to go. First quarter up before this first quarter is over. 4 seconds remain on the clock. And deep are Gary Clark and Aubrey Matthews. And Brian Franco, who just kicked that 37-yard field goal, will kick it off. Beg your pardon, I said Brian Franco. It is Alan Duncan, of course. Duncan kicks it off along the ground, squibbing along, could go out of bounds, which means he's going to have to kick it again, but no time showing now on the scoreboard clock.
Well, I think if they change the quarter here, Jim, it'll be the first time in some 35 years of football that I've ever seen a quarter end as the ball is kicked and then it go out of bounds like that and then have to kick it again to start the second quarter.
We have a kickoff out of bounds, 5-yard penalty. It's also the end of the first quarter.
Bang. That's the end of the first quarter. Well, what a quarter was.
Jacksonville bowled 6.
Jacksonville scored first on a long drive, then the field goal by Memphis. Heinrich, we begin the second quarter, and frankly, we're scratching our heads a little bit, but we're going to check with some officials to find out how you can end a quarter on a penalty, which, depending on the win, could benefit the team that was penalized. But we'll take a look at that. That is Clark. Rather Matthews with the ball on the far side and run out of bounds as he crosses the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Run out of bounds by Randy McHugh and Carlton Peoples as Duncan comes off the field. 14:49 to go. We'll take another break for just a moment. 6-3 on Monday night. We will be down in Birmingham. There's the Southern Division, and the top two teams are the teams that are going to be facing each other Monday night. Paul McGuire and I'll be there. New Orleans undefeated. Close call last week. Birmingham looking good, winning 4 in a row, now 4-1. Down at the bottom, you see the two teams here tonight, both expansion teams. Jacksonville 2-3, Memphis 1-4. Our score is 6-3. Jacksonville has the ball at the 33-yard line. Mahfouz brings them out as we're just early in the second quarter. Look at this, 3 wide receivers. Now Mason goes back into the backfield. And Larry Mason carrying the ball not for much. Actually, Larry did a good job as he crossed the 35-yard line. I would have given him about 2. He's going to wind up with about 5, maybe 6.
Good change of direction on his part as he wanted to come off the right guard. George Collins broke back behind it. First quarter statistics. Memphis controlling it on the ground as expected. Passing, it's been Jacksonville.
Second down on a long 3 from the 39-yard line. First man through, and that is McClellan. And McClellan comes out close to the first down. Jimmy Walker hanging on for dear life. Also see Reggie White getting up. And that's a first down for Jacksonville.
Dave Odie, the center, number 97, gets a little hook on Jimmy Walker there as they're trying to come off that left side, but a pretty good surge by the 2 offensive guards to knock him back and pick up the first down.
From the 44. Infante, as usual, showing a lot of different sets tonight. Mahfouz back to throw. Across the way is Paul Bergman, his tight end, and Bergman is near the first down before Carlton Peoples, number 19, takes him out of bounds. Bergman was a 3rd-round draft choice out of UCLA, and if you take a look down the Jacksonville roster, you will see a lot of players with UCLA under their names, where Pepper Rogers had some great years. As a matter of fact, he was 9-2 in his last year. And now Jacksonville also shows that it's got some UCLA folks too.
And Robbie Mahfouz read that defense perfectly as he was being blitzed by Lamont Jeffers to his side, dumped it off quickly to Bergman.
That is Mason setting up wide to the right. First down. Mahfouz. Little quick underhanded pitch to McClendon. McClendon's got the first down inside the 35 and near the 30-yard line with Randy McHugh leading the tacklers along with Brian Howard, number 24. A little flip underhanded pass.
Well, I want to tell you, that's, I'm sure, a setup for Reggie White, defensive end 92, up the left of your screen. Just going by there, the old shovel pass, the underneath move, and it takes some guts to call it, but it opened up absolutely perfect. It slows up the rush of those defensive linemen.
6-3 Jacksonville. They're on the move. They've got the ball first down at the 30-yard line of Memphis. And now coming around is Aubrey Matthews, and the little speedster gets down inside the 25-yard line. Matthews run out of bounds across the way by Lamont Jeffers. And it's second down and 4 from the 24. Don, you are an ex-quarterback in college and in the pros. Infante is showing us all kinds of sets tonight.
Absolutely. And not only that, he's giving us misdirection plays. He had the shovel pass a play before, and then Aubrey Matthews, the wide receiver, coming around on a reverse. So he's getting that defense off balance.
puts it out here and hanging. Nope, he doesn't do it. Mason drops the ball as a big hit is put on him by Steve Hammond.
Well, they set it up. The right guard, George Collins, pulling right there across, number 66. The fake to the back, and as Mahfouz drops back, he hits Mason coming out of the backfield. A ball that should have been caught. He didn't put it away, and good effort by the defensive man to knock him loose from the football, but it was a catchable one.
From the 24, spoken like a true quarterback.
Well, you know, the guy that feels the worst about it is the guy that dropped the ball, so you don't have to say anything.
On 3rd and 4, Mahfouz wants some time to talk to Infante. Big play coming up in a 6-3 ball game. Cold night in Memphis, but a good ball game, close with Mahfouz. Infante came back on the field, back into the huddle, and all of a sudden Infante came out on the field again saying, hey, wait a minute, and he had to run back to find out what it is they're going to do.
Well, he says that Mahfouz is a very laid-back kind of a guy, doesn't get real excited. He wanted to make sure he had the right one called for this trip.
3rd and 4 from the 24. Mahfouz in trouble, gets the ball, and it is caught down the way by Perry Kemp. And Carlton Peoples puts him down inside the 10-yard line. Mahfouz running for his life, found Perry Kemp.
Well, up to this stage, Mahfouz has managed to escape the rush as it comes in from the right side there. The safety blitz, Vic Miner was coming, and then the end was getting after him, but as he's done about 4 times so far here in the first half, he managed to avoid him and find a guy open, dumped it off to the rookie Perry Kemp.
1st and goal to go. Clark to the right, Matthews to the left. Ball at the 8-yard line. Big 3rd down play. First man through, McClendon inside the 5-yard line. Bill Rowe hanging on to him. You can also see Rod Schote. 2nd down.
Mahfouz on the handoff, just off the left side. Not a whole lot there. Good defensive play. Good play by Rowe. Step up and hit the gap.
6-3, Jacksonville, and they're, well, that's an understatement to say they're threatening again. 2nd down from the 4. Mahfouz to McClendon on a delay. Touchdown! McClendon scores his 3rd touchdown rushing of the year, and the 2nd tonight for Jacksonville rushing the football. And don't underestimate that 3rd down play to Kemp.
And the draw action right there to Willie McClendon. You see him step to the right. 66 is George Collins out in front, gets a nice block on Rowe. And a big hole opens up to that right side. White coming upfield. The tackle gets him turned outside. Nate Hudson, 63. And, of course, McClendon just heading into that 6-point territory.
And since they missed their first conversion, they will go for 2 here. Mahfouz is going to throw for it, and out there all by himself is Larry Mason for the 2-pointer. And it is 14-3.
And Mahfouz really took a lick as he threw that ball, Jim.
10:21 to go. Jacksonville looking good. Memphis starting slowly as it did.
Big 2-pointer.
Ryan Cota kickoff. Crawford the deep man. He hasn't had it yet, but will get it this time. He's their best returner and gets out across the 35-yard line, and that is about all. Before Chris Wampler, number 77, tripped him up. And now Walter Lewis and company. They know what they've got to do tonight, and for the first time tonight, we see Billy White in the backfield as a runner, number 44. McClendon from 4 yards out after the 67-yard drive, and of course the 2-pointer went from Mahfouz to Mason. So Billy White makes his first appearance, 2nd-year man out of Missouri. And Aranda also in there. Here's Lewis drilling the ball, underthrown. Intended for Billy White. We expected to see a lot of runners tonight. We've already seen Allen Reed and Cornelius Quarles.
Second down.
Now we see Billy White and Jairo Penaranda. Turdell Middleton is also on the sidelines. He could come in. One-time 1,000-yarder in the National Football League, and for the Packers, a member of the Pro Bowl in 1979, but he is not in there now. Second down and 10. Lewis has had one run tonight, and that was a big one for a first down. Both wide receivers to the left. Hands this ball off to Billy White, and White gets across the 30-yard line, and that is about all. Billy Caesar, who went to Memphis State as well as the University of Miami, made the stop.
Well, Pepper changing up his attack just a little bit. On first down, he did one of the things he said he was going to do more, and that was get Walter Lewis outside, where he rolled out and sprinted to the right side, had the incomplete pass. Then on second down, they came in with the 4-down lineman for the pass rush, and he went to the running play.
Moving with the stiff 10-mile wind, but it's a big third down play, 3rd and 7 from the 32. And Lewis drops straight back. Lewis, he's going to run. He's going to get the first down inside the 40. Mark it at the 43. Run out of bounds over there by Joe Costello.
43-yard line.
Well, as Walter drops back, he steps up nicely, but he doesn't find anybody open. Good coverage. He doesn't waste any time. He takes off running with it, but once again, he goes to that sideline. As the first time he ran with the football, he went to the ground. So he hasn't taken any shots, Jim, when he's had to pack the mail.
Don, we now know why Pepper Rogers wants him to run if he sees any chance at all.
Averaging over 7 yards a carry when he does.
First down from the 43. Lewis. Downfield and caught out of bounds by Ken Dameron, and boo, boo, boo from the Memphis crowd. Inside the 15 at the 12.
Well, despite the crowd's support, I think they are a little bit partial, because there was no question that he was out of bounds over on that right sideline. It's Ken Dameron trying to adjust to the football in the air. Walter Lewis laying a little bit to his outside with it, and in adjusting, it did take him out of bounds. There was no question.
Second down and 10. Courtney had the coverage. Courtney, a couple of weeks ago, was a cornerback, but when the hurt came to Sammy Brown, the injury put him out. Courtney was forced to move to strong safety. Second down 10. Lewis looking. Lewis across the middle as his man. That is number 84, Frank Smith. And he is the tight end out of Memphis State. That takes the ball across the 50-yard line, but it is a third down and short situation. Andy Hendel in on the tackle.
And the one thing Walter did there was, rather than going outside to the sidelines where he was getting double coverage, he read that well, and not trying to get the 10 yards back in one sweep, went for the little more conservative shot, took it down the middle to the tight end, completed. Good quick release on his part.
Hendel goes out, 4 down linemen in there now for Jacksonville on third down and about 3. And now Walter Lewis is going to call timeout, as Mahfouz did some time ago. 8:09 to go. We're in the second quarter, live from the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee, where for the first time these two expansion teams are facing. Third down situation for the Memphis Showboats. They're down 14-3, second quarter, 8:09 to go in the half. They've got the ball at midfield. Walter Lewis carrying the ball himself, stepping inside. Oh, good run by Lewis. And he's got the first down. Almost ran back inside the 6 again, but goes down at the 45. And Lewis again comes up with the first down. His third first down run of the night. Chris Wampler put him down, and now we can see that Gary Shirk is down and hurt.
Well, here's something that you don't see very often. Walter Lewis coming down the line, running the college option. He's getting ready to pitch it if he thinks that he should to Billy White, 44. Nothing there as 53 comes up and takes a shot at him. Misses. That was Fernando Jackson. And as he reverses his field, he gets the necessary yardage. Took it back into the crowd. But more importantly, Gary Shirk, their veteran tight end, is down on the field.
Don, he was down before Lewis started his cutback. He had been hit before Lewis even started the cutback.
And Pepper out on the field to help him. You know, part of that is they went to the strong side with that option, Jim. And that meant that Gary Shirk had to get an all-important block over there. And he is an effective blocker. But he obviously got just a little shot underneath the pile.
Well, you also know that Pepper says that the man who's playing the best football for him now is Gary Shirk. And no wonder Pepper came flying onto the field when his best went down.
Indeed. He said he's his most consistent.
First down from the 45. Lewis fires it out here, and there's a good catch across the way, and the ball goes up for grabs as Kim Dameron this time was inbounds when he made the catch. And now they're going to say it's incomplete. We saw the ball pop up, but as we looked, as you did too, from behind the Memphis bench, you couldn't tell.
That's Gary Shirk, yes. You know, he started his pro career here in Memphis, the old World Football League with the Memphis Southmen.
Amazing how many people do not remember the old World Football League until you get into Memphis, where that was a well-supported team and a successful team.
Yes, indeed. It was an excellent football team coached by John McVay.
And had people like Zonk and Kicker and Warfield. Now here's Billy White carrying the football. White turned upfield as he hit the 38, but he was out of bounds at the 38. Run out of bounds by Don Besselou and Billy Caesar. And again, it is going to be a third and short situation. Last time, remember, Walter Lewis came with the option play to the right. And he's looking to Pepper Rogers now, and Rogers looks around, and then, well, he still hasn't told him what he wants to do, and so Walter is waiting. What is it, Pepper?
Well, you know, you get these third and relatively short. You'd think that it's kind of that in-between down. More than likely you're going to pass. The last time they ran that option, and probably the option is the toughest play in professional football to try and defense, because they don't expect that quarterback to carry the football. They don't allow for it.
5 seconds on the clock. 4, 3, 2. He gets it off. Lewis coming out here this time. Now sees an opening back the other way. Now throws and has a man out there to clear. That is Crawford. And Derek Crawford is inside the 5. They may mark it just outside the 5, but it is first and goal to go Memphis.
Well, you talk about the quickness of Walter Lewis as he's sprinting to the right. Left of your view there. Looking upfield, Crawford had come across, and really Lewis was thinking about running it when he spotted Crawford wide open, and he is probably the only big play guy that they have in this football team next to Walter Lewis that is capable of breaking tackles or duking people, and he gets in deep.
Crawford comes out wide to the right on first and goal to go. 14-3 Jacksonville, Memphis threatening. And here comes Billy White. White turning it inside the 5 and is put down there by Vaughn Johnson, number 33. Second down and goal to go.
Well, Billy White, who was just activated, looked as though he had a little indecision on that sweep. As he started to come around the corner, well played defensively. They had strung it out. There wasn't a whole lot of daylight, but you can't go side to side or east and west, as coaches frequently say. You got to get north and south, and he never did commit himself.
Gary Shirk returns to the lineup after taking that shot to the head. Second down. Lewis to the end zone to Crawford. Touchdown.
Oh, what a great grab by Derek Crawford over there and keeping his feet in bounds.
Flag on the play. Let's see what Don Wilson calls. Offside. Jacksonville. I think they'll refuse it, and they do.
I would say they would. Those touchdowns have been coming hard for this Memphis football team, who has averaged just over 15 points a ball game, and they aren't about to try it again as Walter Lewis coming out drops it in the end zone. Little screen. Look at the toe touch right there to stay in bounds as Chester G is victimized.
That was Matt Courtney.
Or Matt Courtney, excuse me.
But this is Alan Duncan to add the extra point, and we have a 14-10 ball game with 5:46 to go in the first half. In 1 week to the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville for these Bulls as they will face Birmingham. We hope you folks in Jacksonville will turn out, and the rest of you around the country will watch. That's next Saturday. And now It is Alan Duncan to kick off with Gary Clark and Aubrey Matthews, the deep men. As you take a look at Derek Crawford, who just scored his 3rd touchdown of the year. And here's Duncan to kick off. 14-10, 5:46 to go in the half. That is Matthews at the 5. Across the 20. Look out. Matthews, some good moves across the 30. They won't run him down until he gets out to about the 40-yard line. Outstanding field position for Robbie Mahfouz and company. Brian Howard finally forced him out of bounds. Here's Mahfouz, 3 years at LSU before he transferred to Southeast Louisiana, from which he graduated. Started his first pro game a couple of weeks ago against New Orleans. Did not last too long before getting hurt. He was starting for Matt Robinson, and Ken Hobart had to finish up. Then Hobart started against Los Angeles. He didn't do well. Mahfouz, despite the slightly separated shoulder, came back, won the game, and is having his 2nd pro start tonight. McClendon gets 5 yards before he is run down by number 57, Lamont Jeffers. 12 plays, 71 yards, with Crawford catching the 5-yard touchdown pass from Lewis. And, of course, Duncan added the extra point.
And that's the 2nd time tonight we've seen that misdirection play, something they have not had in their attack, as McClendon stepped to the right. The strength of the formation was right. George Collins, right guard. Nat Hudson, the tackle, pulled and came around.
However, there's a flag on the play, and Jacksonville is moving backwards. There have been very few penalties tonight, for which everyone is grateful. Also shows a good quality of football. From a 35-yard line.
And it looks like the Memphis ball club is anticipating Jacksonville to put it in the air as they bring in about 4 different people. And one thing Pepper Rogers said, that he was going to use 6 defensive backs at times tonight, something that he has not showed to stop this potent offensive attack.
1st down and 15. Well, as we all know, there's a team in the league that uses 6 defensive backs all the time. Here's Mahfouz throwing the ball out, and there's something misguided there. Mason looked around like, is that where I'm supposed to be? Because Mason was in at about the numbers on the 40, and the ball was much more toward the sidelines than that. Well, and Clark was way downfield.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jim, that Gary Clark, who was flanked outside of Mason, was just clearing out, going straight upfield. And whether Mahfouz had anticipated going to Mason, who had hooked, or whether he wanted to go to Clark to the sideline.
2nd down, 15. Mahfouz across the middle, diving attempt across the middle by Aubrey Matthews, but he can't hold on to the ball. And it is 3rd down and 15 from a 35-yard line.
3rd and 15.
Ball that should have been caught. Right tackle Nate Hudson, number 63, working on Reggie White right there. Does a good job of staying with him. Reggie just using that continued power rush. No real finesse about it. No technique. He's just going to try and roll over him, and Hudson's been doing a job with him.
Reggie White, a #1 draft choice. Would have been in the NFL, everybody figures also. Sprained ankle out a couple of weeks. 3rd and 15. And Mahfouz with the blitz on, and down he goes. Blitz coming from Brian Howard. Knocks him down at the 25. No one picked him up. The cornerback just puts him down. And they'll have to kick the ball away.
And I'll guarantee you that Robbie Mahfouz never knew he was coming. As he drops back, you see him looking to the right. He'll get it from the blind side. As the corner there just pow. Oh, he snapped him. Brian Howard drilled him. You don't get defensive corners that get that many clean shots at him, but I'll guarantee you one thing, that stiffened his spine.
Jeff Brockhouse is the 4th man to punt for Jacksonville this year. Jeff Pierce, Rich Henley, Mahfouz punted once, and now Brockhouse. He won the job at a punt-off with 2 other punters. High snap. Brockhouse gets a terrible first kick in the pros with Jacksonville. That is going to give them, well, let's see, from the line of scrimmage, maybe 20 yards, 21 yards. Does not even get to Memphis territory. Showboats have 5. Terrible kick by Brockhouse just out to his own 45-yard line. And remember, Brian Howard's blitzing tactics set up that bad kick. Lewis going deep. And the ball is intercepted back there by Bessalou, who had 2 last week, and Bessalou brings the ball back across the 20-yard line. Lewis put it up for grabs. The intended receiver was double-teamed, and Bessalou picked it off.
Well, they let the ball stay in the air too long on that one, as Lewis dropping back never looks at the free safety that much. He tries to fire it up high, let the receiver run under it. Here comes Bessalou across, number 46, times it perfectly, gets his 4th interception of the year. And really, after Memphis had excellent field position at the 45, now is back on defense.
Bessalou saves him again. 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter a week ago to preserve the game with Los Angeles. First down, 22-yard line. Jacksonville leading by 4. Mafouz, little shovel pass again to McClendon, and McClendon picks up about 8 yards out near the 30-yard line with Reggie White hanging on. And as Don described before, that play may have been McClendon doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. One of the rare times, and Calvin Clark is the man who put him down. Very consistent among the front 3 of the down linemen. Clark, great against the run, showed why the coaches think he's great against the run.
Excellent defense. You see him paralleling down the line as McClendon, nowhere to go, tries to spin out, but Clark, who had got a slip block by Bob Gruber, the left tackle, didn't stay with him that long. And you're right, he has been playing the most consistent over there, according to Pepper Rogers, made the play.
Second down, 11 to go. Mafouz, the blitz was on, but the catch is made. Out across the way is Aubrey Matthews, put down by Randy McHugh, and that's enough for a first down. Gee, Mafouz got that away just before he was really thrown to the ground. And they're slowly walking around out here as they've hit the 2-minute mark. They'll put the chains up to midfield, say it's the 2-minute warning, and we've got 2 minutes to go in the first half with the Bulls on 2 touchdowns, the Showboats with 1 plus a field goal. 14-10 at the moment. Jack midfield. That's Kemp in motion. Mafouz, the blitz is on again, and it is over the head of Kemp. Number 85 coming across the middle, taking a hit there from Randy McHugh. Brian Howard was blitzing again from his right corner spot. It's 2nd and 10.
Well, Brian Howard had really given Mafouz a shot on the previous play when he had the completion. That time, Mafouz, instead of turning his back as he dropped, he sort of backpedaled out of there where he was able to see him, but he was forced to release the ball a little quick and was incomplete.
2nd down, 10. They're blitzing again, and they get the ball on, and that's how you can be hurt on a blitz, as McClendon's got the first down. They brought nearly everybody that left nobody for McClendon. It's first down, Jacksonville, inside the 40.
Well, a gamble you take, and Mafouz, as he drops out of there, McClendon 21 swinging to your right. Here comes the safety. Vic Minor through there, but they have nobody to cover Willie McClendon. They're gambling that they're going to get to Mafouz before he can unload it. But he's doing an excellent job, looks like a pro, getting rid of that ball quick, which he is, but reading the defense. Look at that ball released there in a hurry before anybody can get through him, and nobody touched those people. They came in clean, and they got burned with it. So that's the gamble.
Uh-oh, McClendon. I hope that's not much. Woody's having an outstanding... Lewis looking, Aubrey Matthews all the way down the sidelines, and Matthews won't get to it. He had it in mind all the way.
Pass out of bounds.
Well, Aubrey Matthews not very big at 5'7", 168 pounds, and he may not be 168, but he does have that excellent speed. He runs a 4.5, 40-yard dash.
Well, before we get carried away on him, let me correct myself. That was 82 Wyatt Henderson, not 83 Aubrey Matthews.
Excuse me, Henderson.
It's my fault, not yours.
Excuse me, Jim. Henderson also, I might add, has excellent speed.
And is also small. It is 2nd down and 10. We'll try to get a report on McClendon for you as soon as possible. Mafouz looking right all the time, and now he has this man out here, and that is Kemp being taken out of bounds.
And again, Mafouz under heavy pressure with the blitz from one of the defensive backs. read it very, very well, and surprisingly and intelligently, they're working the left side, or the left side offensively, the right side of the defensive unit for Memphis. And in this case, it gives Mahfouz an opportunity to look to the side where the blitz is coming from.
134, outstanding situation here for Jacksonville, leading by 4 in this first half, and a first down at the 15-yard line. There is Marvin Lewis. He makes a couple of breaks and tackles and picks up 8 or 9 yards down to about the 6-yard line. Before he is stopped there, Vic Minor was one of the initial men to hit him, and then Terry Love, the strong safety, came up.
And once again, they changed up, going to the draw play back there. The Memphis club had a 4-man rush on. Lewis, at 6'3", 2 1/4, showed good strength as he broke the tackle of the linebacker, Steve Hammond, to get those extra yards.
Wholesale substitutions on both sides. Mike Whiting has come in. Number 27 in with Lewis and Mason. 3 setbacks, with Lewis probably to lead the blocking to the right side. Number 24. It's Mahfouz to throw, in trouble, and he's going to get rid of that out of bounds. You can see Mason over there, but that was simply to get the ball out of bounds. Jimmy Walker putting a lot of pressure on Mahfouz. 42 seconds left. Linian Fonte talking with the man that he's going to send in with the play.
If Mahfouz had seen Larry Mason earlier, he would have had an easy 6 points because no one covered him. Mahfouz was looking for his tight end over the middle.
Willie McClendon, Don, we understand, has a knee, which they're looking at in the locker room. How serious, we don't know. We'll keep you up to date. 3rd down and short for the first down. About 1.5 yards. And there's Whiting, and he's got more than enough for the first down, as you can tell. Driven back, led by Reggie White, but with a lot of help. It's going to be 1st and goal to go from the 3-yard line. 36 seconds left.
Just a power play off the left side. Nothing fancy with that. Get the lead block in there. And, of course, Mike Whiting just pounding in and getting that first surge right there. You know, interesting, too, that here's a club that lives by the pass, and yet when they get down near that goal line, they go to the ground and want to run it in. And one of the disadvantages is that the offensive line spends so much time pass blocking, it becomes more difficult for them to work on the running execution.
We can see McLennan now going to the locker room, and they've got a temporary cast on his leg and knee, and they have given him crutches already as he's going out of the end zone down to our right. And with Matt Robinson and some of the backs, Kevin Gray and Sammy Brown down, and Don Latimer down, and Larry Key in the booth with us instead of down on the field, Jacksonville, like many clubs, has injury problems. It is 1st down from a 3-yard line, 36 seconds to go for Jacksonville.
Well, that's part of why that secondary is